I am so hyped for this coaster. I will not apologize. Hello there, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis, and of course, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. And in this video, I kind of like to think of it as like a hype video because I am extremely hyped and have been since it was first announced. The Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster. Okay, guys, so behind me is the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster. Now, officially, it's supposed to open May 28th. However, as your girl is a pass holder, I get to ride this May 10th, and I so cannot freaking wait to do it. I'm going to tell you guys after I ride it then what the ride was like, hopefully get some video of the queue and kind of tell you what you can expect. So I've been waiting for this coaster for a very long time. In this video, I'm going to kind of give you a couple of quick bullet points about this ride, then go a bit more in depth as to what it's based on, what the storyline is, and a couple other points of interest. And we're going to kind of wrap it up with what my expectations are for this particular ride. So before I get into all of that, please do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button. And if you do me the privilege of subscribing to my channel, also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when your girl has hot, fresh content for you to enjoy. So with that said, let's get on with this hype video for the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster coming to Walt Disney World. Now, one of the components of my channel is theme parks. Now, for me, theme parks are the physical manifestation of pop culture. So that's one of the reasons why I like to go to these places. So, the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster is a family thrill style coaster that is all enclosed. It's a dark ride, and basically, you're on a vehicle that can turn around 360 degrees to keep you in the action. Now, obviously, this is based on the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy films that are out there, of course, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, aka the MCU. Of course, you've seen the Guardians in Endgame, and you've also seen them in Infinity War. And in the movie releasing this summer, Thor Love and Thunder. I try not to roll my eyes when I hear about Thor Love and Thunder. Anyway, back to the video. Thor Love and Thunder is going to be releasing this summer. So again, Guardians of the Galaxy folks are in that. So nice tie-in, or we'll say planned tie-in with this ride. So basically it's an all-new coaster, family thrill attraction that features the first ever reverse launch on a Disney coaster and is one of the largest fully enclosed coasters in the world. With this new innovation from Walt Disney Imagineering, this coaster rotates 360 degrees so you can focus on the action. So you begin your adventure in the Galaxarium, a planetarium-like exhibition which showcases the similarities and differences between Xandar and Earth's galaxies. You even get to discover some of the incredible wonders of Xandar and learn about their technology. So basically, think of it as this pavilion in EPCOT, and except for one of the countries, or instead of one of the countries, you're going to learn about Xandar. I will suspend my critique about why I think this should be in the studios and not EPCOT. So apparently, in this coaster, you get to do this tour around and everything. But of course, stuff freaking goes sideways. It goes left or goes to hell in a handbasket. It goes pear shaped, as the Brits like to say, which is what happens in most of these rides at Disney. And they call it like the foo bar, the not happy path. Something always goes wrong. So you're on this urgent mission. So you'll rewind, rotate, and head toward the action through an exciting space pursuit. So, since I'd rather show you rather than tell you in a way, Disney released this trailer not too long ago. And interesting case in point, I was actually at EPCOT when they started the filming for this. So you kind of saw the people milling around, the film crews and all this. So I believe this was the first night where it was actually lit up like this. Of course, you see kind of weird how the monorail is there. So here's the dude who I'm assuming is the big bad. I'm forgetting the guy's name, but from what I understand, he's one of the Celestials, and he's got the Power Stone. So I'm guessing this is the dude who causes your whole tour there to go left. I think it's cool to be in this vehicle, you know, and the big bad is bigger than life. So anyway, looks like that's where it kind of brings you in. And this part, okay, we're gonna step up a little bit. So I guess this is where they like load you in first, then fake you out, their Star-Lord ship, and then it sends you backwards. It's kind of like how on the Rock and Roller Coaster um, thrill ride over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, the magnet pulls you back before it slings you forward. So maybe in this case, you slide forward a bit, as we saw here. You go up, slide forward, and then you get launched backwards. That's just me being a ride nerd, but I think that's how it's going to work. So anyway, you get slung back like this. Oh, see, that's cool. That's cool. I wonder if we're going to do that. Like okay. So I think we're just observing, but you're in the middle of all that and you rotate probably to see the ship. And that's the vehicle where you can see that it rotates, it's rotating around. You can see the one in the back, like that's like this one back here is toward the side. So this is definitely a different concept where it rotates. It's pretty freaking cool. And it'll shoot you through there. So yeah. One last additional thing, which makes this ride somewhat unique. I say somewhat because I've seen the concept at a different park, and I'll tell you what it is. So apparently, there are 6 songs in the Cosmic Rewind soundtrack. So from what I understand, each time that you ride this ride, there's a different 80s track that's going to be running when you ride it. So the choices they have so far are September by Earth, Wind and Fire, classic, Disco Inferno by the Tramps, Conga by Gloria Estefan and the Miami Style Machine, Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears, I Ran by a Flock of Seagulls, and One Way or Another by Blondie. So those are some classic 80s tracks. One time you might ride it and you'll hear Earth, Wind, and Fire while you're saving the galaxy. Another time you might hear Disco Inferno. Another time you might hear Conga. You get the idea. I say it's similar to another ride, but not quite the same. Universal's Rip Ride Rocket, you can select the music or the track that you want to hear for your ride on that particular coaster. So that one you select it. This one is probably randomly generated. So it'll be interesting to see how different the tracks are when I get to ride this several times. All right, so let's get kind of to the what I expect actually from this attraction. The queue, I expect full immersion. I should feel like I'm seeing things from Xandar. I would love it if I got to see a little bit of Nowhere, but I know that's probably asking a little too much. I personally like Nowhere, but it's either here nor there. But either way, when I am in the queue for this ride, I should not feel like I'm on Earth. I mean, I'm on Earth, but kind of like that fuzzy area where you suspend disbelief and you feel like you're immersed in the universe of the Guardians of the Galaxy. That is what I am expecting. I am not expecting the queue to be half-assed at all. As for the ride itself, I'm expecting lots of thrills. I'm expecting, when those vehicles turn around or whatever, that it is synced perfectly to what I am seeing on screen. I should be immersed in the action. It should feel larger than life. You get those 80s tunes cranking up. Again, I should feel like I'm in a Guardians of the Galaxy movie because let's face it, we all know James Gunn directed the footage for this ride. So I should feel like I'm in the freaking movie. The Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind Coaster. When I experience this, I expect to feel like I have hung out with Rocket, Groot, Gamora, Star Lord, and crew, and feel like I have been hanging out with them on their ship, going on these various adventures with them. Now, another thing that's going to come with this ride, like it or not, is going to be a virtual queue. I mean, Disney did the same thing when it came to Ratatouille. They had the whole virtual queue thing. You couldn't just walk up in a standby line and go on. That's probably how things are going to start. It could change. It could be that they offer lightning lane and standby. That could also happen. So your girl will keep you up to date. But what I'm saying is, don't be surprised if it's a virtual queue to start because when these new rides launch, there's always all kinds of problems, and it's a lot easier to shut off a virtual queue than to kick people out of the standby line they've been waiting for I don't know how long and keep kicking people out of the lightning lane that they've paid probably $15 per person to get on. Not as simple to do it that way. So my prediction is that this ride is gonna be hella popular. Um, there isn't a thrill coaster that is in EPCOT. As a matter of fact, I will say the closest thing they have to a thrill ride, let's see. Yeah, I'll say Mission Space, and not just Mission Space, but Mission Space, Orange Mission, AKA the Vomit Comet Mission. That one is definitely a thrill ride, especially when it comes with the simulator and the simulated G-forces and all that crap. Yeah. Test Track, it's a lot of tricks with physics to make you think you're going faster than you actually are. I wouldn't really call it a thrill because let's face it, they haven't had to clean up protein spills on Test Track like they do regularly on the Vomit Comet mission on Mission Space. Just saying. As I said earlier, I am going to be reviewing this attraction when it's made available to me so I can ride. I'm really hyped about this because your girl is a coaster enthusiast. So I'm really hoping that this lives up to the hype that I've built up for it in my head. This is the first Disney attraction that I'm going to get to ride as an annual pass member before the general public. So excited that that's another first for me. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this hype video that I have for the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind Coaster coming to EPCOT at Walt Disney World Resort, May 27th. 2022. Let me know in the comments what you are thinking about this. Is this an attraction that you're looking forward to experiencing on a future trip to Epcot, or is it just not, it's just not for me? Or especially those of you who are partial to the coasters at Universal, or dare I say it, Six Flags or Cedar Point, let me know your opinions on this ride. I would love to hear from you. All right, so if this video gave you some value, please do hit that thumbs up button. I sure as heck would appreciate that. And also do me the favor of subscribing to my channel. I would so appreciate that very much. All right, so with that said, that's going to wrap it up for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.